Good evening. It's the evening. Funnily enough. So I thought I'd do answer a quick question this evening whilst I cook chicken, the chicken satay yet again. Answer a quick question, then we'll go and park in Undercliff Drive. So tomorrow morning when I wake up, I'll be having a walk, all on this video. Isn't that amazing? So, question somebody asked me is, how do I keep fit and healthy whilst living in a car? I should say first of all, as I've said before, I live from the car, not strictly in it. Sorry, I'm just chopping up chicken here. So I don't strictly live in it as such. Well, I do. I mean, it's my house, my home, my little Citroen C1. But I spend a lot more time outside of the car than in it, and a lot less time in the car than I would if it was a conventional brick and mortar house. So first thing, I'm really answering this question in case any viewers out there who stumble across this video are forced to live in a car or faced with the prospect of having to live in a tiny car and are worried about their health and general fitness. So the first thing that's really important if you want to stay fit and healthy living in a car is to have a really nice little bed. So my Citroen C1 is obviously tiny, so the bed space is somewhat restricted. I took the passenger seat out. Don't, whatever you do, attempt to sleep on the driver's seat or the passenger seat with it all still up, and don't try and fold it back and sleep at a weird angle. Get rid of the passenger seat. Just get rid of it. That'll give you a big space, as I've got here. I've got rid of the back seats in this particular vehicle. I didn't fold anything down. Well, I couldn't fold it down because you can't do that in a Citroen C1. I removed the passenger seat and I removed the back bench seat at the back. This is only a 3-door Citroen C1, not a 5-door one, so it doesn't have back doors. It has a back flap, obviously. Is it the bonnet? No, it's not the bonnet, it's the boot. Get rid of the passenger seat, you'll end up with a big space. I just laid a plank of wood across to bridge the gap, the space, held up with books when I first started out, and put a really nice mattress over that. So when I say really nice mattress, it only cost me £60. It's a camping mattress, but it's really, really comfortable. So tip number one is make sure you have a really nice, comfortable bed. You need to get a decent night's sleep, and don't think you can't if you live in a car, because you absolutely can. And I'm kind of well, I wouldn't say I'm living proof. Just rest assured, I sleep really well in this vehicle, and I actually really love sleeping in this car. It's much more comfortable than sleeping in a room, as I'm experiencing this month, because I've been using a room on and off. Only for January and February though, 2026. Second tip, as probably slightly more important from a health point of view, is deal with moisture. So I have an issue here, don't know if you can see it, of black mould that's developed up here on the material kind of trim. And that can be really bad for your health. I just opened my window because one of the ways of reducing moisture is to keep it really well ventilated. Bit of an issue when it's raining. Just cooking chicken satay again. So just frying the chicken in the background. Ignore me doing that. So I use this gas stove at the moment, although there's a big announcement coming up soon. I'm going to be able to move away from gas because of a very kind subscriber. But I'll deal with that in a few videos time. So if you're going to do what I'm doing, which is cook with gas obviously produces lots of moisture, and you don't want that trapped in your car, being absorbed by material in your car, be it clothes, be it books actually, anything like that that's porous or that can absorb moisture will absorb moisture. And if you're using gas in the car, as I am, make sure it's really, really well ventilated, and in general, make sure your vehicle is really well ventilated. So at night, have the window at least an inch or two open. I have the passenger and the driver's seat windows open overnight. Now, when it's raining, there is an issue because rain can get in. Or if it's just a very moist night, lots of mist or whatever. So, get the old rain visor things for the windows, rain deflectors, just so moisture doesn't get in to the vehicle. Don't try and dry wet clothes in the vehicle because you're just evaporating moisture out, and that will condense again into any material that's in the car, like clothes or the headliner, canvas stuff. It's doing well, so I'm just checking on my chicken. So try not to cook with gas, which I'm doing, because there'll be fumes coming off of this gas. So well ventilated to let the moisture and any fumes out of the vehicle. But ideally, don't use gas. Have a big battery power pack and have an air fryer or an induction hob surface and cook that way. Neither of which I'm doing at the moment, but hopefully one of which, not sure which, either an induction hob or an air fryer, I'll be doing imminently. So in terms of staying fit, now if you're in a small car like me, you have to scramble backwards and forwards to get from the bed to the driver's seat. That's how I do it. I don't get out the back. I basically lift myself up off the driver's seat and scramble into the back, into bed of an evening. But I just said I live from my vehicle rather than in it. If I was in a van, I'd be living in it. I'd be in it a lot more. With this car, what I tend to do is I sleep in it overnight. I'm in it for about an hour after I wake up in the morning, or half an hour more, to make a coffee and get dressed and get ready. Then I go for a walk. And in the evenings, I'm in the car usually at this time of year when it's dark, quite early, from about 6 o'clock until 9:30, 10 o'clock when I go to sleep. During the day, during daylight hours, I'm outside. I don't normally just sit in the car. That's what I mean when I say I live from the car rather than necessarily in it. And what do I do when I'm outside? I'm pretty active, to be honest. So I do sit in cafes to write books and that, but not for the majority of the day. So the majority of my day is spent walking around, shooting videos, bird watching with my binoculars. So if you're a walker, you love walking, that's a really good way of staying fit. I used to quite like running. I don't do that so much anymore, but I've got running shoes and I will occasionally jog, especially on soft ground, up and down the hills, which you get a lot in Ventnor on the Isle of Wight, which is where I am. So a bit of jogging, a lot of walking, an awful lot of walking. Get your 8,000 steps or more in every day, a lot more as you get older, if your body can cope. Luckily mine can. Just to stay fit. Swimming, either at the gym or at a night, a club, what am I talking about? Leisure centre, whatever they call them, or a gym, or in the sea. So I live by the sea all the time basically. I always have a sea view, unless I'm in Dorchester or something, which is never fun. When I'm on the Isle of Wight, I'm always right by the sea. And during the summer I swim a fair amount, nowhere near as much as I should do, and I don't swim in winter. I need to start doing that, swim throughout the year, because that's a really good way of staying fit, apparently. I don't know, Wim Hof says that. I've got resistance bands, so I do resistance training, and I do isometrics, so staying still but under my weight, so kind of push-ups but not actually, or raised push-ups but not actually pushing up and down, just staying in one spot. Very good way of strengthening your muscles. There are various core muscle strengthening techniques which I would strongly recommend as you get older, that you carry on doing or you start doing, because that really helps. Eating healthily. So I'm currently frying chicken. Don't know if that's healthy or not, to be honest. I think it is. Good source of protein. I probably will go vegetarian. Probably not vegan, but certainly vegetarian, because I quite like cooking vegetarian food. I was vegetarian briefly in the past. But yeah, eat well. So I'm frying chicken. I'm going to be putting this stuff in. Broccoli and cauliflower. Cauliflower's wicked. And then I'll be using... so I'll fry that, mix it with the chicken once it's all cooked, and then put some satay sauce in. It's reasonably healthy. Make sure you cook a really good meal, which I do in the car every evening. See the old, see if I can, oh, don't know what happened there. Direct the, no, that's what happened. Direct the gimbal down. So you can see I'm frying fresh chicken there. Should be nice eventually once it's done. So that's it really. That's about all I do. Oh, cycling would be good as well. Sorry, let me put the gimbal back up. So cycling would be really good because there's a low impact kind of pastime. I do have a bike, but it's in somebody's shed or somebody's garden at the moment. When I get a van, I'll be able to keep the bike either in the van or attached to it as it is. I leave it for safety up there because it'll be nicked if I have it. If I chain it up outside, even if directly outside the car, it'll get nicked eventually or smashed up. So I think that's it really. That's how I stay fit and healthy. I've cut out caffeine. I drink oat milk rather than cow's milk, just because I get clogged up by cow's milk, and caffeine just gave me dips in the late afternoon, which I wasn't enjoying. Since I gave up caffeine, I basically feel much more level, much more awake during the day. Basically, I don't have those wild swings, ups and downs, which is definitely a good thing. I think that is it. So I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to carry on cooking my food. And tomorrow morning we're going to park it under Cliff Drive, hopefully get a bit of dawn chorus because I don't think it's going to be that windy or wet tomorrow morning, and then go for a walk tomorrow. Well, let's get off the seafront, go and park along under Cliff Drive, I think, because if the weather's going to be nice tomorrow first thing, I wouldn't mind getting a bit of bird song. Let's hope it is going to be nice tomorrow morning. Not too much wind, no drizzle, just nice. Just going up Esplanade Road now. Stuff falling off. I love this oak here by the Royal Hotel, lit up by lights. Very smart. That's nice, isn't it? I'm tired. still working here. It's been like this for ages. My God, what are they doing? Absolutely ridiculous. Because of blooming Island Roads, they don't supervise and give time limits to these blooming contractors. So they use the roads as a storage place for their trucks. They'll be like that for weeks because they can't be bothered to come and collect their vehicles. Island Roads is the worst company. Absolutely blooming awful. I'm going to go straight to bed, so I'll see you tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. It's the next morning. It's a bit late actually. I've overslept, as you can see out the window here. It's light. What time actually is it? Let's turn my podcast off. 7:27 a.m. Now I'm going to get onto the driver's seat and stick a microphone outside. Although I have had this outside, this Tuscan, since before it got light, so I might have recorded a bit of birdsong. Right, this is always the tricky bit. Getting the junk off the driver's seat, so I can get myself onto the driver's seat. Get the binoculars ready. Right. Have I got everything I need? I think I have. Where's my oat milk? No, it's over there, on the dashboard. Where's my oat milk? Oh, it's on the dashboard. Okay. Actually, it's quite chilly this morning. So let's put this on. Got the engine running. I switched it on literally just before I switched the camera on. It's not been running for long, so it's not warm in here yet. The radiator was on a bit lower than it needed to be, or than it needs to be. Whoa. Oh, day in the life of a car dweller, eh? Oh, this is not the most comfortable experience on the planet, getting out of bed when you're in a car. But I try to give you the reality of van life, stroke car life, warts and all. When I live in a van, it'll be equally warts and all. Not supposed to be a happy clappy channel, even though I do enjoy it. The life, that is, on the whole. Right, the microphone is there. Where am I going to pin you? Let's pin you down there. There we go. Right. So I've got this curtain over here on the old driver's seat side, just attached with magnets. Somebody very, very kindly bought me some magnetic strip magnets. Magnetic strip magnets. Magnetic strips, which I'll attach, and then I'll be able to hang these curtains a lot more effectively, but they're very good. They do the job nicely. Right. Scramble into the driver's seat now. Obviously my back is still a bit painful, but not too bad. And there we have it. Right, let's see if I can attach the other microphone. Where is... oh yeah, I put it there, didn't I? Actually, what I might do is just let some cold air in. Yeah, it's not really any bird song, but I might stick you out there anyway. Where's the magnet? There it is. So it's got a magnet on the back of this microphone, and I'll just stick you up there so it's pointing into the car and out of the car, if you know what I mean. Put the window up a bit, so hopefully if I say anything you can still hear me. You might just be able to pick out some bird song as well. Possibly not though, because it's not very loud. Take all this gubbins off the driver's or the dashboard shelf. Including the gas stove. Someone purchased for me off the Amazon wishlist this amazing little frying pan. Thank you so much for that, that's brilliant. So the handle, I need to unscrew it and attach it, but the handle attaches like that, and it's really nice. Perfect size for car life like this, nice and small in other words. Look at that, brilliant. Thank you so much for that, you're a star. I shall be frying some bacon on that. Various other things as well. Eggs as well, probably. I never do eggs in the car, so it'd be nice to actually have a frying pan. I can probably do some scrambled egg, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Try to do a full English coffee in the van. Well, I could definitely do that now I've got a little frying pan. So thank you so much. I think your little channel thingy doesn't have an actual name, I think it's just initials and letters. And I can't remember it, but I will make a little thank you comment as well. Right, I always do this, I always leave the cut back there, which means I can turn around, which is always a bit painful on the back. The back is improving. Oh. Where is the cut? There it is. What I'm going to do is sort it all out so that there are homes for everything. rather than just shove it in over there. There, that'll do that one. Which is my current practice. I have to remember the microphone's up there outside the car. Any bird singing? There's a little bit. You probably want to hear the birds more than you want to hear me, so I'll shut up now. As the microphone's outside and you probably can't hear me very well. I'll let the birds do the talking. That's the last of that oat milk. Oven glove. Wow, it's a lovely still start to the day. There's no breeze out. Oh, there's a bit of a breeze. Oh dear. Got me laundry in last night. I put the house with a room that I sometimes stay in, and I put my big jacket in the laundry, which means I've only got this little one, which is quite a warm one. As it's like late January, what date is it? 29th of January, that's insane. I need my big jacket because it's 29th of January, it's winter and it's cold. So the walk this morning is going to be quite brief, I think. I'm not a fan of the cold, which is why this time next year I'll be in Southeast Asia rather than here. That rhymed. This time next year I'll be in Southeast Asia rather than here. Excuse the old slurping. Somebody unsubscribed because I slurped. And I was unprofessional. It's not a professional channel, but yeah, I shouldn't slurp. It's rude and unprofessional. Oh dear, what a day. These things are working. Hold on. I think these are, because the amount of is that turning pink? No. The good thing is I have access to a microwave at the moment, so I can actually put them in a microwave to dry them out again and start them again, but I think they're just going pink. It's been a couple of weeks. I've got a cat litter version of one over there as well, which I need to presumably change at some point. And in the passenger seat well, where the material got wet, I just spread loads of the cat litter actually on the floor, on the fabric, I'm not going to remove that. Probably today, actually. Remove the cat litter. It's the silica gel cat litter. Got to work out whether it's worth buying several more of these bags, which are obviously reusable, or whether cat litter does indeed do the same job. With the silica cat litter, can you put that in the microwave? I assume not. What would it do to silica, I wonder? Is it the same stuff that's in the bags? I think they're all silica based, but is it actually the same material? You know, the same. Or as... Oh, there's a red squirrel running across the road. Sorry, you can't see that, but that was cool. It's running back. Hold on. He's sat in the road now, centre of the frame, going to a lampposty thingy, running along the wall. And oh, he's running back again over the road. You might just be able to see him. He's a long way off. He's gone out of view now, but that's cool. I'll leave you looking out the window just in case he runs out again. He or she. When I say he, I'm not saying he, I'm saying E. Just an E, because that could refer to he or she. So when I say he's running across the road, I'm saying E, not he. Don't know why I said that. Right. Any bird song? Yeah, there's a little bit. So we're going to have a little walk. I'll turn you off for a minute. Just setting myself up. I do love the little microphone. This is a DJI Mic 3, and I connected up to this camera. Let me just demonstrate. I've shown this before, but that just clips to my head. There we go. So the camera's all set up. Just try and get it reasonably level. It's not recording at the moment. Switch the main thingy off. That's off, and this is now turned off. Put the microphone there. Just attach it. I attach it to the old the neckband thing that the camera's also attached to. DJI could magnetise the base. Well, they could set it up somehow so it's easy just to stick the microphone onto the head mount as well. I mean, I just use a little clip thing that's on the microphone. That works. That's great. That's good. So it's all good. Yeah. So another slurp of coffee. I won't slurp. I'll be dignified. There you go. I can do it. Grapple with my binoculars to try and get it over my hood and my camera system. This is always challenging, especially when I've got the big thick coat on over the top. Yeah, that worked. Yeah, so this morning the videos have been recorded on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, which I'm recording on now. And soon it'll be recorded, the next section will be recorded on my little walking around camera, which is a DJI Nano version 1, I suppose, because it's the first iteration of this little camera. I do love both cameras, they're just superb. So the Osmo Pocket 3 obviously has the gimbal, so it's lovely and smooth when you're bobbing up and down. I bob a lot when I walk. The Osmo kind of makes it go smooths it a little bit. This thing doesn't do the smoothing. Well, it does have rock steady, which I think may well be similar. Well, at least stops the juddering, because you naturally judder a bit when you walk. I'm kind of delaying the inevitable that I need to go and do a walk. This is what I was saying in a previous video, I think, about how YouTube just fits in so nicely. Whereas writing feels like I have to sit down and do it. With YouTube, video content creation, It just comes naturally. Not to me, I'm not a natural by any means. I'm actually a socially awkward and shy person. But there's nobody here. Well, you are here, but you know what I mean. And I can just get up every morning and do some video. And it just fits in with what I'm going to be doing anyway. So it's really good. And I get a modest income of about, so I'm averaging about 3,000 views, no, 2 to 3,000 views per video, which equates to between £8 and £15 in income per video. And what tends to happen is the video viewership goes up and then drops off like a cliff, like a roller coaster. So my videos don't really have staying power, in that it's just a trickle of views in the longer term. You get a peak and then it goes down, and that's because I'm targeting recommendations and not search. So if I created more content on this channel for search, i.e. people searching for, say, how to change a battery in a Citroen C1 or how to dehumidify your car, how to live in a car, those kind of videos have a bit more sticking power, because people will type into the search bar how to and whatever it is. So I need to do more of those kinds of videos and pepper them in to my channel, and then in theory people will blunder onto those in the longer term because they're searching for a particular problem they have or a solution they want or whatever it might be. Nobody's really searching for somebody who lives in their car and goes for a walk, are they? That is a vlog, that is a video log, which is recommended, not really searched for on YouTube. Right, let's go for a walk. Right, I'm on the Nano now. Great thing about this little camera is you can just put it anywhere in this car. So I've got it there now. Now it's over there. Hello. If I stick it on there like that, it gives quite a nice perspective, like so, of me getting out of the car. And I can just stick it down there as well, which is quite cool. And on the outside of the car. And I can film myself like this, doing some birding. Yeah, it's a very versatile little camera system, but anyway, let's stick it back on my head. There we go. Right, it is quite chilly, so it is only going to be a short walk, I'm afraid. It's the old catkins, always one of my favourites, the hazel catkins. Let's put my hood up, I think. Right. Oh. So it won't be long now until the old woodpeckers really start to hammer. What I ought to do is one night park directly under the trees that the peckers like. Probably not directly under them actually, probably just a little way along here somewhere. These are the trees they like to hammer on. These sycamores and ash trees. Is that a... yeah, there is a great spotted woodpecker up there now. It's not hammering. Might be working on the nest cavity in the tree. Getting it ready for another season, another summer of raising another family. Some jackdaws going a bit wild over there, swirling around. Not sure what that was about. Blue tits, great tits and a robin, or several robins. Everything's beginning to kind of, I wouldn't say spring into life quite yet. Stir, that's a better word, stir. Stir into life. Slowly but surely. Lovely daffodils down there. That's as far as I'm going to walk, because it is chilly. I'm going to get back into the car and warm up a bit, I think. Very nice. Been a bit battered by the breeze, I think, these daffodils. It's lovely, isn't it? Lovely blackbird, nice and close. I'll carry on because I don't want to stop it singing, although I have stopped it singing. Lovely peaceful road. This was so busy, this road, before the landslips took out 2 sections of it. It is an A road. Yeah, one of my viewers and subscribers asked where the big boot, the sculpture of a boot, is, and I honestly can't remember. It's either in Woodland in St Lawrence, or it's somewhere on Old Black Gang Road, the guy was saying. I remember the boot because when I was young I used to go to it. There used to be a trail through the woodland and you get to this big old boot. I think there are photographs of it online. If anyone knows where it actually is, do tell me. Is it within Black Gang Chine Leisure Park, or is it in the woodland next to it on Old Black Gang Road, or is it somewhere in St Lawrence, somewhere in the woodland here? Let me know if you know, and then I can go and find it and film it if it's accessible. I'll also try to get to the landslip and the Devil's Chimney, see if I can get the drone down to film what's left of the Devil's Chimney, if there's anything left of it. When I say the landslip, I mean the landslip at Smuggler's Haven, as was. It's very sad really, losing that little cafe. I'd be doing lots of videos from there if it was still in existence. I mean, the cafe building's still there, but the new cliff face is right up to it, sort of thing. It's taken out some of the veranda at the front, taken out half the car park. The toilet block's gone down the cliff. Their car's gone down the cliff. I wonder what the rules are, what the practice is about salvaging that kind of stuff. Do they just leave it, as in the council? Is it just abandoned, littering the landslip, or will it eventually be removed? Can it be removed? Can it be craned out from within a big landslip system? I very much doubt it, to be honest. Right, we're back at the car. I'm going to go into the car and warm up. It's a buzzard up there. Hopefully you got a little bit of birdsong. The dawn chorus hasn't really ramped up as far as I can tell yet, but it will do the next couple of months. It's going to get really, really good. Right. Oh. Now I think the clip may have gone upside down or something, so I'll turn the camera over. I assume it's still recording. Let's turn Flea on. How long before she goes on? There you go. There you go. Should be happy now. We're back in the undercliff. What she doesn't realise is that the rust, or the corrosion that the salt spray is causing her, because her old man keeps driving her into waves, isn't very good for her. She's better off in Dorchester. Well, she's better off. She would be better off if I didn't keep driving her into waves. There is that. Oh. Coffee finished. I'm going to switch you over to the other camera now. And there we have it. Right. Let's put the microphone up there. Or that microphone up there at least. Turn you off. Nope. There we go. The time is 12 minutes past 8, which is good because we're not in a rush. think I'm going to go down to Eastern Esplanade car park and check out the sea defences. And if I remember, I might drop in some drone footage at the end of this one on those sea defences. Or no, I might put that on a separate, wherever I already uploaded it. Can't remember. I think I've uploaded it to me Steve Jones Wild Writer channel, which means I can edit it down a bit and put it on this channel as well. If I edit it down a bit. You can't duplicate content, so I can't put exactly the same videos on this channel as on any other of my YouTube channels. YouTube doesn't like that sort of thing. Each video needs to be original or different in some way, which means editing. Right, it's charging up. It's lovely. The sun is lovely in the canopies. So what I'm going to do is oink the old filter up a little bit and film the drive. I think because it looks rather lovely out there. So I'm sure you'll agree. Seatbelt on. Turn flea around. Try not to over rev. I blamed Flea for that last. Oh, didn't have the handbrake on. Lucky I'm in a bit of a dip, so I wasn't going to go anywhere overnight. Rattling at the back of it. Obviously got a can or something that isn't wedged in properly. If there's one thing I can't stand, it's rattling in the back of the car. Rattling behind me, it's one of my phobias. So I'm going to stop in a second and try and work out what it is. Stop on a straight bit of road. Yeah, that's really annoying. So yeah, I've definitely diagnosed that the car is going into limp mode. So when it loses power, it's just going into limp mode, which is a protective measure that the car takes to protect itself. Basically, it's Flea. Flea is trying to protect herself because she knows her buddy, me, is a bit of a moron and he's not treating her well. Let's resolve that rattle if we can. Where is the microphone? Oh, it's over there. It's not entirely clear what it is that's rattling. Can't actually see anything. Might be the culprit. Goes down a little way, see if those little shiftings has made any difference at all, which I somewhat doubt. Yeah, so it goes into limp mode. Hang on, let's see if that rattling's stopped. No. sound like it's coming from. There's nobody behind me, is there, Nick? A bit blinded there. I know what it might be. Is it you? Might be the pan on top. See that with the trick. That would make sense. So maybe it was touching, it's metal, the pan obviously, so maybe it was touching some metal. I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. So yeah, went into limp mode. I don't know why. It's going into a garage, you'll be pleased to hear. And gonna have a full service. Change the oil, change any filters. Look at the somebody said something about a filter associated with the I think the exhaust or catalytic converter or something. I don't know. But it'll all be logged by the car, any faults or anything that's picked up apparently. Now I am going to invest in one of those little meters that you can use to test and diagnose the problems, which apparently are only cheap. Good to see these guys working down here. Hopefully the road will be open soon. But I don't know, is it worth me buying one of those, or do I just get the garage to do the diagnostics? Because I'm not really going to be able to do much with the information. Yeah, and so people were saying that the reason that Flea so what was happening was, well, what happened 3 times was she'd go into limp mode, which I now know was limp mode, I didn't know it was that at the time, and then I'd drive her into Lymington, and 3 times I'd park her in Lymington, and when I returned she'd be fine. And that is because it was in limp mode, and I didn't realise that because of that you could just turn the car on and off. Well, just park in a lay-by or something safely, turn the car off for 30 seconds or whatever, turn it back on again, and she'll be fine. Which is exactly effectively what was happening. I'd park her in Lymington, where I'd limp literally through the New Forest or all the way back to Lymington, and park her, go to Wetherspoons or whatever for a couple of hours, come back, and she'd be fine. What I should have done was just stopped immediately. Well, not immediately, got to a safe spot, stopped, let her sit there for 5 minutes or whatever, have a cup of coffee, then she'd be fine again. She'd reset herself. So that is good to know. Thank you for everyone's advice on that. I haven't diagnosed the root cause of why she keeps going into limp mode, but that's my next task. Well, that's the garage's next task. Other people have said she's only firing on 3 cylinders or something. Sorry, 2 cylinders out of 3. So I'll mention that to the garage as well, see if that's an issue. I do love crowdsourcing issues, because when you guys mention, oh, it might be this, I can go straight to Gemini, which is the Google's AI tool, search for what you've mentioned, like limp mode, and it tells me all about it. It goes into way too much technical detail, but what I'm also going to do is become a mechanic. I'm going to learn everything I possibly can from as many people and as many garages as possibly can. I'm just going to be asking questions. Reading the Haynes manual a lot, all of it, again and again. I've got the Haynes manual for this car. I've never looked at it. And use Gemini, obviously it does tell fibs, or hallucinate as they say it, to be polite. It tells fibs. I don't know about Gemini, but certainly ChatGPT has been known to tell fibs quite regularly. Just make stuff up. So you can't totally rely on AI to tell you everything you need to know. But these days I'm more likely to do a Gemini search than a Google search. If there's a specific question, then I don't want to trawl through web links or anything. Co-op truck driver didn't acknowledge me there. I always like it when people are polite, like me slurping my coffee. Oh. That co-op driver was not particularly polite though. Oh well. Oh well. Mustn't be grumpy. This is a cracking view just here, just up there. Up over the downs, over Ventnor to the downs, absolutely beautiful. And now I've said it, I might have to put the drone up. Conditions are perfect for that, and as I'm a bit early, I'm trying to make these videos shorter, so it may not appear on this video. It will appear eventually on the channel then. So that is a cabinet that's making a squeaky noise. I just need to put some rubber mat or something between it and the plastic lining in the car because it's rubbing on it. I'm going to go around here and check out that seawall. Make sure it's still as intact as it was yesterday. Not going to be able to get that close to it because the tide is quite high by the looks of it. There's water crashing over it. It does take a pounding along here. Don't worry, Flea, I'm not going to take you into the waves. One of the waves on one of my previous videos literally moved the car. She was a bit inundated. I've had worse or better, depending on your perspective from the old on the old Berlingo. What's this guy doing? I'm trying to park, so if you carry on, I'll be able to. Oh, that's lovely, isn't it? The sun. Rather beautiful. Really nice. Right, let's switch cameras again and look at the coastal defence wall. Try not to get splashed. The seawall is still intact. Well, the second slab has not fallen down anyway. That's good. Marvellous. Right, I'm going to go down to Tony's tea room, get a cup of coffee, I think. Or a cup of tea, I mean. Right, a quick interlude. I really hope you're enjoying my channel, and I get quite a lot of questions. How did you end up living in a car? How do you live in a car? And what are your plans going forward? Well, I've written a book on that subject, Breaking Free, by Cornish van dweller, funnily enough. You can find a link to where to purchase that in the description below this video, and where you'll also find links to my other books, such as this one, oddly enough, which is How to Write a Book on a Smartphone. And this book was actually written on my iPhone Mini 13 using voice to text dictation. And you'll also find this book, Bird Watching Around Ventnor. Link to that in the description below this video, and this one as well, Wildlife Watching Around Ventnor. I've written about 10 books, all of which are linked in the description below this video. Right, let's get back to watching my videos.